Select. So yeah, let's start to baseline 2 minutes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Seamus Heaney. He was born in 1939. He is a poet of Ireland. He born in the one part of the Ireland and migrated to the other part of the Ireland. Okay. There is a self-made migration was over there. And this migration was owing to some political issues. And these are very slight issues we will discuss later in our poems. These issues, what are the issues and hurdles and difficulties which the poet was facing in the one part of Ireland, and then he moved from there and he adopted the self-immigration to the other part, and how he is reacting toward the other part, and how he is reacting to the people who are around him. He is the poet of Ireland actually now, and he has read Hardy, Wawath, as well as Ted Hughes and Frost. Ted Hughes and Frost has a great impact on his personality and his poetry. We can observe in his poetry, there you will also find some strokes of Ted Hughes and Frost. Their ideas maybe, or their rhythmic, some attitudes are over there in his poetry. So we can say that he was influenced by the Hardy, Wawath, Ted Hughes and Frost. Clear? And a critic says that he is the first best poet after the Irish poet Yeats. So you know that you have read already Yeats, My Grandfather. That was an essay, actually autobiographical essay. And there was also Politics. The poem was over there in your graduation. Politics by Yeats. Okay, Yeats was also a great writer. He has participated grandly in the Irish literature, in the revival of Irish literature. Okay, after the Yeats, he is the best now poet. Second thing, what is in his poetry? If I conclude in his poetry, I will say only single two words. I can say that common good. All the things which he is discussing, these are common. Or if the issues are grand one, he discussed them in a common manner for the common people. All the ideas are common. Commonly he has discussed, and with a good conscience he has discussed all these things. If you are thinking that such a grand writer is over there, poet is over there, he must give you strokes and ideology he will give you, and something that will be deep will be over there. Nothing you will find such type of things. Only the common things will be over there, and in the best and good way they will be over there in his poems. Common things for common people in common way. And these all things, good things are over there, and good way and good manners, these are present over there. In his poems, as he discussed the common issues, he has also discussed some political issues too. So some critics claims that Heaney is a political poet, and he shuns this ideology and says that he is not a political poet. Yes, one critic says good. He is more apt and prim about Heaney. He says that Heaney is a politics conscious poet. He is not a political poet. If someone is a political poet, he must write about the politics and he must give someone politician. He has not given any favor to politicians or to some right wing or left wing. He is just discussing the issues, and he, no doubt, he is conscious about the politics of the world, but more the politics of his country. You have already read that Ireland is still in some trouble of politics, and there are some political issues are over there still. As James Joyce was also discussing in his novel, the political issues of Ireland. Now, further, in his poetry you can find also some traditional strokes also. That is very strange poetry. As we have read T.S. Eliot, He was a quite modern critic. He was saying that nothing is different, nothing is new. Actually, all is the part of the single tradition of literature. Literature is coming from beginning to till that time, and that is the same wave in which literature was there. Every literary person is updating his literature, and he is echoing according to the scenario, according to his society, according to the change, and according to his society. They are discussing. So he is also saying, he is not saying the traditional, as Ashwini was over there, you have read that there was Thinter and he was boasting and saying something supernatural he want to do. So there is nothing. He is a traditional with him. He discuss the things in tradition. He is taking traditional something and discuss this issue. And sometimes he also show mild escape from tradition, or he mend the tradition. Very simple definition of his this aspect is that he tried to mold and mend the fabric of tradition. He is not revolting against the tradition. He is discussing things, and what is bad in tradition, he is telling us that is a bad one thing. And according to his society, and according to the community, he is saying that what is right one. Clear? What is right one? He is deciding according to society. And he is also apologizing, saying that, yes, if I am saying this thing, I am saying because all around me there is a society and which is also demanding such other things, and they are thinking such things. And very beautiful technique which is present in his poetry, that is the voices. He used the voices, and these are very natural voices. As you throw a stone into a stream, and there will be ripples, and before ripples, there will be sound. Oh, some sound is over there. He is also giving the sounds in his poetry, and without any shy, because he is of the view that that is natural. We should discuss, we should give the sounds to make our poetry natural and prim. Okay, that was Seamus Heaney, who is a live poet present in our society and telling us the common issues in the better way. And he is also mending the tradition. He is giving strokes to tradition. He is also politically, he is also aware, and particularly in his writing technique, he is not only simple, but he is also giving us something new, that is sound. We have to enjoy the sound. Now, 1 hour is over there. There is a long time is over there. We can record 1 hour. Okay, now. The first poem is over there. The Tollund Man. Tollund Man. Ready? You all show me the title of your book. Previously there was a book on which there was a figure. I was saying that that is a very apt figure. Whose book was that? Okay. No, there was a picture of a corpse. Corpse ki dead body ki picture. No. Okay, Tollund Man. He is telling us about his visit in this poem. He visited a museum. In this museum, he saw a corpse, dead body of Tollund Man. This Tollund Man was sacrificed for a goddess of fertility, and now the people have dug it out, and this corpse is in museum and people are watching, and poet has also seen this corpse and how he is reacting in his poem. this experience. He is saying, someday I'll go to a house. Some days before I went to Aarhus. Aarhus is a museum, a place in Denmark, to see his peat brown head. I was over there to see his peat brown head. The mild pods of his eyelids and his eyes were swelling. He pointed his pointed skin cap, and he has on his head a skin-colored cap was over there that was pointed. Now, in this stanza, he tells us once he visited in a place, Aarhus, in Denmark, and there's a museum, and in the museum he saw a figure, a dead body, and this dead body has brown head. This dead body has eyelids which were swelling, and this dead body has a cap on his head, and that was conic cap. And the flat country nearby where they dug him out, and they found this corpse, dead body, in the ground and the flat area of the country. They dug it out. His last gruel of winter seeds. And there was also gruel, meal, you can say, dry grains. As a Tollund Man was sacrificed, and before to sacrifice him, they also gave him some food, or maybe Tollund Man has eaten some seeds. And when they dug the ground to take the corpse, there was also some seeds with him, because his body was decayed and it became dry. But the seeds have a cover, solid cover, so they cannot decay in the earth. So with the dead body, we also found some seeds. And where from these seeds came? These seeds came from his stomach. As before slaughtering him, he has eaten maybe. His last meal of winter seeds, and that was of the seeds caked in his stomach, which were present in his stomach. Now they were also found with his corpse, naked except for the cap, and he was naked. He was totally naked. Only cap was over there on his head, noose, and there was also a rope and a girdle, and there was a rounding rope was there. Noose and girdle mean something round rope to kill a person. I'll stand a long time, I'll stay over there. Bridegroom to the goddess. He was a bridegroom to goddess. It meant that he was just like a hero who is going to goddess, for whom the people were sacrificing this man, Tollund Man. So this Tollund Man was like a bridegroom for goddess of fertility. Actually, that is traditional thing. What was happening in Denmark, there was a culture once upon a time. What was the culture? Culture was that people used to slaughter a young man for the fertility of their land. They kill a person for fertility. So same was the case with the Tollund Man. So after a long time, when the traditions has been changed, the people are now mature and they have less superstitious views. Now they dug this person from the earth, and now this person is in museum, and poet is watching this person, and he is observing what happened with the person and what was found with this corpse. And with this corpse, he says that people have found noose, girdle, rope, and seeds also. She tightened her toe on him, and when the bridegroom went to goddess, it's really certain to poet that the goddess must hug this person because he is a bridegroom to the goddess. Tur mean that is some mire. Mire, you know? Daldal. Daldal. Goddess must take this person to Tur and opened her fan, and she also opened her mire, those dark juices working, and then from the body of the Tollund Man there must extract some juices come out of his body, him to saints kept body, and he became a saint-like body. That means that is a holy happening when the Tollund Man was in the earth after killing him, and goddess must hug him, and there was juice from his corpse, and this juice from his corpse, that was also holy juice, mean blood, holy blood. Why that holy blood? Because with this blood the whole land has to fertile. Two of the turf cutters, through relic, old things, ancient holy things of the turf cutters. Turf cutters, diggers, searchers. The people who are searchers of the ancient things, honeycombed workings, they have dug many places. And they have dug many places. The researchers who were digging land in search of ancient things, they must dig many places in the flat land to search any relic, to search any body. Furthermore, and the whole earth become like a honeycomb. Whole earth was like a hive of bee. Why? Because they were making too much digging. Everywhere they were digging. Now his stained face, now the Tollund Man has stained face, reposes at Aarhus. Reposes, and he is present in the Aarhus. Aarhus is the place where the museum is present. Okay, in Denmark. Now till that time, that is the first part of the poem. What is happening in this poem? Poet says us that he has visited Denmark, and there is a museum, and in this museum he has found a Tollund Man, and the history of Tollund Man is that he was sacrificed in ancient days for a goddess of fertility. Okay? Now the people's views changed. Now people have some other moods, and they searched out such ancient things, and they searched out. There was also they found at last, they found after a hard struggle the corpse of Tollund Man. Okay, and that is present in the yes. I could risk blasphemy. Very beautiful thing is that, and he is saying, man, I am taking a risk of blasphemy. I am taking a risk that people will abuse me, that I am going to be non-believer. I am going to another religion. I am saying something positive for the other religion. People will make blasphemy to me. They will say that he is doing blasphemy. Consecrate the cauldron bog. Consecrate. I am giving something. I am considering something holy. Consecrate something holy. The cauldron bog. I'm saying, when I am saying something cauldron bog, when I'm saying something very holy, then it means that I am giving it consecrate. I am giving it honor. I am taking risk. I am giving honor to a holy thing, our holy ground, and pray. And this holy thing was, I'll say, very favorable for our ground to him to make germinate. And owing to his sacrifice, our whole places, owing to sacrifice, our whole places are fertile today. He is saying that He is saying that I'll say Tollund Man is the holiest saint. Owing to his sacrifice, the whole land became fertile. When I'll give honor to such person, may people say to me, "Oh, mister, you are not Christian anymore, because you are praising some other religion. You are praising some other saint, sacrifice." The scattered, ambushed. If you you can watch all these things, because I have discussed in the introduction. These all things are over there. He is at the same time traditional. He is also going from the tradition. Out and in, both strokes are over there. The scattered, ambushed, flesh of labors, and there is scattered. Each and everything is scattered. Bodies decayed, ambushed, flesh of labors, stock and corpse, laid out in the farmyards. Now he is saying that everything is scattered over there, and same is the case with the flesh of the laborers, stock and corpse. He is saying there are a lot of people, lot of corpses present in the world, or maybe lot of corpses present in the earth, who were also same like the Tollund Man. Assuming that a lot of people of the world have given sacrifice for the betterment of this land, any land. Telltale skin and teeth. Now, I will add something more, and what he is adding, and because he is talking about the sacrifice, because he is giving honor to those people who had sacrificed themselves. So he is saying that there are a lot of people maybe who were sacrificed for the betterment of land. Yes, I remembered. Poet says that he remembered. What he remembered? Telltale skin and teeth. There were 4 brothers, and people have dragged them on the road, and they peeled them, and their all skin was ruptured, and there was no skin on their body anymore. Only a teeth were over there. So, if Tollund Man sacrificed himself, and he is a great saint, honorable, then these 4 brothers recently who were died after dragging skin to teeth, they are also saved then. But who killed them? There was religious, some issue was over there. Telltale skin and teeth, flicking the slippers, and flicking means pieces of flesh. Their body was ruptured, butchered into pieces. Slippers near the road of 4 young brothers, and these were 4 brothers whose body was ruptured, tailed, and they were dragged for miles along the lines, too many miles along the lines, railway lines. In this paragraph, he tells us, if the people who had sacrificed themselves in past, who had sacrificed themselves, if they are saint and they are holy, then these 4 brothers are also holy and saint, who were dragged recently near the railway track, and they were died, and they were peeled, and their flesh was ruptured into pieces. Something of his sad freedom. No, he will not give you any conclusion. He will say common good. He will not lead into conclusion. He is just saying, discussing something of his sad freedom, and that was a sad freedom of Tollund Man. When the Tollund Man was getting freedom from his soul, from his body, when he was leaving his body, then it means that he was getting freedom. When he was getting freedom, that was sad freedom. Sad freedom, that is very important. Sad freedom. As he wrote the tumbrel, as he was on the court, when he was on the court and the court was leading to the sacrifice, place of sacrifice, where he has to sacrifice, where he was to sacrifice, when they was leading to on a court. Tumbrel was a long court is over there, van is over there, on which person is used to stand the person, and all other watch to him and justify it. Should come to me driving, saying the names. Should come to me drawing and saying the names. I am watching in my memory the tumbrel, mean cart, is moving, and on the cart there is Tollund Man, and he is going for a sad freedom. When I imagine this whole scene, I also come to know there must be some other people too. And they may be Tollund, Grabowl, Nobel goat, watching the pointing hands, and they are standing on the tumbrel van, and they are watching the public. Public is waving their hand of country people. Country people are standing on by the road, and they are waving their hand towards the people who are ready to sacrifice themselves for the goddess. Not knowing their tongue, even though the people who are standing by the lane, they are standing by the road, they don't know what they are doing. They are appreciating. Yes, you are going for sacrifice. Appreciate. We are appreciating because you are now getting freedom. But they don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. When you are, I'll say, when you are praising to a person who has sacrificed 20 years for your growth, if you are appreciating such person, oh yes, you are a great man because you have sacrificed your 20 years for my growth, it means that you don't know what you are doing. You are abusing this person. You are saying you are well because you are fool. If you have brain, you are following me. Where I am indicating. Same people are doing this thing out there in Jutland, and out there in Jutland, Jutland is also a place, like place in Denmark, like Daldali Ilaka hai. And the old man killing perishes. Old man killing perishes. There's a area that this area is in the territory of, this is a territory of clergymen. It means that there's a place where the clergy living, where the religious people lives. I'll feel lost, unhappy and at home. I'll feel lost. And when I am watching this place and this religious people, I'm feeling something sad in myself. Unhappy and at home. I'm looking unhappy, and at home, maybe he is thinking that maybe I am also doing something wrong. Okay, now this poem is at the same time about the tradition, and there is also escape from the tradition. This poem is also against the tradition. This poem is also with the tradition. Is not these qualities? These all qualities are present in this poem. So nice of you. Take well care of yourself. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.